guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well and I hope you're having a good day and I hope that you're ready for today's video. So today's video is going to be all about brows and we are just going to jump right into it because I've tried to film this probably 100 times already and it's just not working out for me. So because it is Corona time and things are a little crazy right now, I know a lot of places aren't opening and a lot of places are closing back and it's harder to get your eyebrows waxed than it used to be. But I got this nifty little tool. Let me take the tab off. I got this nifty little tool at the dollar store and it is an eyebrow shaper. So this little part is a razor. You just take it right over your brows and shape them however you want. You do need to be really careful with this because it is easy to overshave your brows just like it is to overpluck them. But this is what I use to keep my eyebrows shaped. Now, if you don't already have an eyebrow shape, very important to just always follow the natural line of your brow. If you go too far high or too far low, that's when they're going to start looking chunky and just kind of odd. So even if you hate your brow shape, it is just really, really important that you do that. And then experiment with your tweezers or with your brow lady. If you don't like your shape of your brow, it is perfectly fine to tell your brow lady, I don't really like this for me. Can we try something else? And they will totally go for it. Do not be afraid to do that. If you're not comfortable with tweezing, just find videos on YouTube, kind of watch. They have little stencils you can put on your brows to kind of help you achieve the shape that you're looking for. My brows used to be thicker than this, and with my shaver that I got, my little shaper, I actually started thinning them out because I just really like that look better for me. I have hooded eyes. It gives me just a little bit more of real estate here to work with when I'm doing my shadow. So that's my biggest piece of advice. If you don't already have a brow shape, just make sure you're following your natural brow shape when you fill in your brows. So we're gonna get started on mine. And like I said, I just put a little bit of product on the tip of my brush. And I like this because it does come with like a tiny little mirror for doing your brows. And an important thing to remember also when you start is don't start putting your product right at the tip of, like right at the start of your brow. It's going to be really hard to blend out and it's going to look a little blocky. And another thing to remember is that your eyebrows are not always going to look the same. They may not always look good, but you tried and that's all that matters. So I like to start just at the bend here and draw a line following my brow shape up into my arch. Once I reach my arch, I go above my brow line and pull down into the tail. Then I go under again and just kind of connect these together like that. I have not put any extra product on my brush. That's important to know. And then I go above and start about the same spot I did on when I went under my brow and trail it up into my arch, right there into the tail. Now we're going to take the product that we applied under the brow and push it up to fill in the empty space there. Now this is where we're going to start working with the front of our brow. We're going to take this line that we created and we're going to blend it forward to the front. Just like that, and then the same on the top. On the top, we're not going to go as far as we did on the bottom. We're going to start a little, or stop a little early. So just following that line we started. And then again, I have not put any more product on this brush. This is just all product that I've already had on. So we're going to start going up again and filling in this little blank space. Making sure we've got it as blended as we can. Gently pulling up. Just like that. And that's one brow. And here's the first brow. Just kind of play with it. See how you want it to look. It's a lot of blending. very tedious, but we're gonna stop there because otherwise I'm gonna go overboard with it. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other brow. Looks like today is gonna be one of those days where my eyebrows aren't even in the same family, but that's fine. Hopefully we can fix it with some powder. So I'm gonna take this brush that I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to kind of swing it back and forth in this powder right here, dab it a little bit. I'm going to start at the tail and just kind of shimmy it in there, going back and forth on the skin. I'm not hitting the start of my brow just yet because that's a little tricky. I'm just making sure that I have all this pomade covered with powder. Now I'm going to lightly just kind of sweep this over. Just like that. See, she's not perfect, but now there's a brow on my face. This is the part where I struggle with, where my brows don't meet at the same spot on my face. I have to kind of overfill in one, and that's part of the reason why they just don't look that great some days, most days. But that's what we're gonna call those brows. So you can end there, that's fine. You've got two beautiful brows on your face. If you're going out, you think maybe you're gonna go swimming or whatever it is that you plan to do for the day, that's fine. You've got two beautiful brows on your face. If you're going out, you think maybe you're gonna go swimming or whatever it is that you plan to do for the day. Benefit Cosmetics has this great product called 24-Hour Brow Setter, and it is just this brow gel on this weird little wand, and it really does set your brows. It is insane. I have went swimming with this, and you just take it, and I like to take this tip here where kind of the excess gel is and run it down my brow and take the little teeny tiny bristles and brush my brow hairs up in the front and then down, like backwards towards the tail. And this stuff, I'm not kidding, I think it could survive anything. It does not come off until I wash my face at the end of the day. Or if you have a night and you fall asleep in it, your brows are still going to be there in the morning. Brush up and then back. Voila. Those are our brows.